This is TNA, the new face of professional wrestling.
Kevin, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, get your head straight. But
It's
one thing, you just hold on.
The alpha male body runner. Wait a minute. It's gone crazy in the ring right now as DDP jumps in. Just ready goes. Here comes Kevin Nash. Oh, and Scott Almighty. And it's just bedlam in the ring. And final resolution. Nash, Brown, DDP fight for the right to get Jeff Jarrett for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
You talk about breaking down the impact zone. That's exactly what's happened here. And check this out. Face to face, nose to nose. Kevin Nash and Jeff Jarrett.
Look at each other over and then Money Brown comes in. DDP clothesline.
And finally to get some help from the back.
You gained 100 Shaw 10 years ago. You screwed everybody in WCW. You ain't This Is My World. It's Planet Jig. I'm telling you, Nash, get your head in the game. Scott, can you not talk to him?
And now, from Stage 21 at Universal Studios at Universal Orlando Resort, it's total non-stop action wrestling impact.
The final countdown is underway. This Sunday, Jeff Jarrett defends the NWA World's title against the winner of an elimination match involving DDP, the Alpha Male, and yes, Kevin Nash. Don't miss Final Resolution. And yes, this is Stage 21 at Universal Resorts, Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. And hello once again, everyone. Yes, we're at ringside. It's Mike Tenay and Don West. We're counting down the days, the hours, and the minutes. This Sunday, Don, it's Final Resolution on pay-per-view. What a lineup.
Mike, the lineup is getting better and better as we speak. You are going to see one of the most valuable players from Turning Point. Prime time. We all remember the incredible move that he did. He will be in action. The charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy will be in action. You're going to see Dustin Rhodes take on the notorious KID Kid Gadd.
You will also see Raven one-on-one against Eric Watts, plus America's Most Wanted, to challenge Team Canada for the NWA Tag Titles.
Hector Garza's going to take on Scott Hall. There's going to be a special referee. It is going to be Rowdy Roddy Piper and Ultimate X. We already know of Petey Williams. We already know of AJ Styles. And tonight, we'll find out who the third member will be, either Christopher Daniels or Chris Sabin.
And how about that incredible triple threat elimination matchup? This is what we've been waiting for, Don. It's going to be Diamond Dallas Page. Yes, it's going to be Kevin Nash, the Alpha Male Monty Brown, one of those three individuals that very same night, this Sunday, will challenge Jeff Jarrett for the NWA title.
What a night! January 16th, Final Resolution as Team Canada, who will be in action against America's Most Wanted to defend their titles, coming out to a chorus of moves.
And here you see the Canadians. You see the tag team title holders, as you mentioned, Eric Young leading the way, and he will be involved in one-on-one competition this week here on Impact. There you see his tag team partner and co-champion Bobby Roode, and there you see the big load as well, the Team Canada coach Scott DeBoer.
I'll tell you something, Mike, today I love this first matchup. And just to give everybody a little taste of what they're going to see, it's going to be one-on-one action. Eric Young against the Cowboy James Storm. As you see Chris Harris coming out, you saw Bobby Roode coming out with Eric Young, and of course Scott DeBoer. But it's going to be one-on-one action. Storm and Young.
You voted America's Most Wanted as the Tag Team of the Year for 2004. The year-end balloting at our website, TNAWrestling.com. And after speaking to America's Most Wanted, after talking to Wildcat Chris Harris, and the man who will be involved in this matchup against Eric Young, the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm, Don, you know as well as I do, AMW wants nothing more than to regain the NWA Tag Team gold.
I mean, when you think about all the time each of those have tell tag team gold. And wait a minute, what's going on right here? They're sending Chris Harris and Bobby Roode back to the back.
I think that's a heck of a move. You saw the referees?
Oh my God, did you see Eric Young go flying over the top of the rope?
I'm advised that Scott D'Amore, because of his credentials, because of his manager's license, that he's allowed to stay at ringside as we see Storm, the Tennessee Cowboy, continue the assault. Now he's reversed, attempted being shot into the steel guardrail.
Oh!
You saw that Storm put on the brakes, and then the face jam. Eric Young right down into the... Oh.
I'll tell you what, it's been all Cowboy James Storm right here. I could not believe the stitches that he got on Eric Young over the top of the rope. And Eric Young, obviously a little dizzy, he's going to have to recover. And you can see right now, Storm just taking advantage. Could this be? Oh, there it is.
He's going for the swinging noose out the corner.
Oh, yes, and he hits it.
Oh! I want to remind you that every Impact broadcast as we see Storm go for the pin. You see that help there by D'Amore. Every one of our Impact broadcasts, as well as our pay-per-views, available in English and in Spanish. Press that SAP button on the remote control to hear Booty Jack and Armando Quintero in Espanol as we see Eric Young with the baseball slide drop kick that connects.
Well, he took advantage right there. Scott D'Amore, you have to admit, it was kind of a smart move. Just got Eric Young's foot on the ropes earlier. And then with the interference, that gave Eric Young a chance to get the momentum back on his side, and he's got it right now.
Please join us 30 minutes prior to the pay-per-view. Go to your preview channel. We will be live. It's a free show. Yes, we'll have matches. We'll have all the late-breaking news. It's 30 minutes prior to Final Resolution this Sunday night mid-ring exchange.
I'll tell you what, no love lost between these two teams, between these two individuals. You see Storm going crazy. Final Resolution coming up January 16th. So much there. And you mentioned one of them. That triple threat right there of Nash, Monty Brown, and DDP fighting for the right to take on Jeff Jarrett for the title.
Going to take him up whirly bird style.
Wow!
Calls that the eye of the storm. Solid cover. No!
I'll tell you what, Eric Young showing some resilience right there. As James Storm showing us a little something we haven't seen from him before.
Now perched up on the corner, Eric Young, and Storm going to follow up. You see that Eric Young, some kind of emotion, some kind of a signal to D'Amore.
Look at that, and there D'Amore does. He holds him on the rope. Oh, come on.
Appeared to be a Hurricane Rana attempt that time by Storm. You're right, D'Amore put the tights. And you saw that Storm did not connect with the move, but boy, he connected with that right hand.
I'll tell you what.
He's going for the ride.
He's going for the 8-second ride, but again, D'Amore interferes. They should have banned him at the same time they banned Roode, and they banned Chris Harris.
Referee down. D'Amore.
Oh, he got him with the super kick.
Super kick takes out the hockey stick. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Eric Young.
Oh, and he leveled Storm with it right on top of the head. It was just free club because he's getting the 3 count right here.
And again, Scott D'Amore is the difference maker.
The only good thing out of that was D'Amore took the super kick right there. But again, the hockey stick fell right in front of Eric Young, and he took advantage of it.
This is a situation that the NWA Director of Authority, Dusty Rhodes, is going to have to address. Ladies and gentlemen, do not miss it Sunday at Final Resolution. It's going to be Team Canada and AMW for the tag titles.
Whoa, big man. Hey, your old man works here, doesn't he? Yeah. Looks pretty good. What is it, about a couple, 2, 3, 4? Didn't look too bad. A little fat. Ugly, but, you know, didn't do too bad. Hope things go all right.
The Lone Star state of mind, but here comes Kid Cash.
Oh, Kid Cash coming right in, and I mean, look at this, obviously. Gonna be subtle about his disrespect. He's showing it right from the start.
Out and out assault at this point by Cash on Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes.
Obviously, you see right there. Kid Cash failing. He knows Dustin Rhodes is getting ready to give it to him.
One of the interesting and intriguing matchups this Sunday at Final Resolution will pit Dustin Rhodes one-on-one against Kid Cash. And Don West, when I think back of the history involving Kid Cash and Dusty Rhodes, the father of Dustin Rhodes, that was going to be very, very interesting.
Oh, we talked about the disrespect that Kid Cash has shown pretty much anyone and anything. But he's really disrespected the Director of Authority, Dusty Rhodes, in times past. And then
pay schedule. We're going to be on Saturday at midnight as well as Friday night, Saturday morning at 2 a.m. That's 3 opportunities to catch Impact each and every week. Please tell your friends.
Well, it just shows you how much that NWA TNA is growing. I mean, we've gone from an hour a week to 3 hours a week, and there could be even more on the horizon, but it gives you a better chance at which to catch it, tell everybody what times we're on, and catch the replays.
Chris Candido to hook it up here with Dustin Rhodes, and we saw Candido make his TNA debut 1 week ago here on this Impact broadcast, and he was very impressive against AJ Styles.
Oh, absolutely, and I'll tell you what, I understand just like everything that you guys were telling me, you and Christopher Daniels, who was here with us last week, how impressive Chris Candido was. He gave AJ Styles everything he wanted and then some.
The New Jersey-born Candido started in professional wrestling at the age of 14, believe it or not. A veteran of the WWE, ECW, WCW, holding championship belts in all those organizations.
Oh, what a nice move there by Dustin Rhodes. Just kind of caught him off guard, played a little possum, and then smacked him.
Candido telegraphing the back body drop. Dustin able to take advantage, at least momentarily. That was before. Oh, Candido with the shortcut, but then Dustin's ready with the back body drop.
I'll tell you what, here's two people with a lot of experience in that ring, and you know they're familiar with each other, and right now Dustin Rhodes is going to have to focus on Candido. He can't be thinking ahead to final resolution. You know, he can hardly wait to get a hold of Kid Cash, but he's going to have to because he's got Candido in the ring right now.
Great timing by Rhodes, able to move out of the way, and then the follow-up move as well. Now going to spring off the ropes.
Oh, just plants his face first into the mat. Here he goes. Is he got it? He does.
He just drove it down there with that bulldog, and yes, gets the 1, 2, 3. Join us, please, this Sunday on pay-per-view. Final resolution. Dustin Rhodes is going to be a part of that event. You don't want to miss it. At Final Resolution, it's Dustin Rhodes against Kid Cash.
And in my yearning, I slept. And in my sleeping, dreamt. And in my dream, I beheld a spectacular vision. Mighty and bold. Superhuman power from a distant beyond. And when I awoke, I realized my dream wasn't a dream. He's coming. Mighty and bold.
Yet to come this week on Impact, our broadcast colleague, TNA lead analyst Jeff Hammond, with his 6 points of impact, doesn't get much bigger than this. His 3 guests on are going to be Diamond Dallas Page, the alpha male Lonnie Brown, and yes, Kevin Nash. That's later in this broadcast.
Well, I want to know what's on their minds. I mean, they're coming up with one of the biggest matches of their lives on January 16th on Final Resolution, because only one of them comes out of that to take on Jeff Jarrett for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Also, later this week on Impact, it will be the fallen angel Christopher Daniels against Chris Sabin. And you talk about a high-stakes one-on-one matchup, because the winner of that bout, which will be our main event later in this broadcast, yes, the winner will go on to this Sunday's Final Resolution to be the 3rd piece of the puzzle in the Ultimate X match. And we already know the first 2 pieces of that puzzle, and here's one of them, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
I'll tell you what, AJ Styles will be in that match. Of course, the reigning X-Division champion, Petey Williams from Team Canada, will be in that match. And it will either be Sabin or Daniels. And we saw how focused Christopher Daniels was last week. But Chris Sabin's somebody who knows that match probably better than anybody. When I'm talking Ultimate X, if he can somehow get past Daniels, he will have an advantage. And what a flip-spinning kick by the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Don, to me, that Ultimate X match it's one of the most dangerous things I've ever seen. Almost like a high wire rack, as these steel cables are so high above the ring, and you have to climb up that truss, that tower, just to get to the steel cables. You have to go hand over hand, make your way across to the middle of the ring, where the X Division Championship belt is hanging, tear it down to become champion.
I'll tell you something, you also have to have eyes in the back of your head, because you don't just have one opponent to look out for. There's always a third one looking around, and you have to make sure that you know where they are at all times, because if you're taking all your attention on one opponent, the other one can climb up the tower, climb across the wires, and grab the belt. It is
can be involved. They have experience in this kind of a match. AJ's been there before. Pete Williams has been there before. And yes, the two men who will square off later. This week on Impact, Christopher Daniels and Chris Sabin, they've been there as well, and AJ's in trouble.
You know that? Oh, yes, he is. As you can see right here, Cassidy Riley's taking advantage of it down there. And got the momentum as he throws AJ back into the ring.
Pretty obvious that he's focusing his attack on the lower back of the Phenomenal One. AJ in trouble. Series of right hands to the top of the head.
I'll tell you something, Mike. I would love to see Ultimate X if it was just AJ Styles and Petey Williams. Throw in either Chris Sabin or Christopher Daniels, and it just gets better. Oh, look at this. Wow, as you see Cassidy as he's, just wrenching the legs and now pulling back on the arms. Look at the power and the pain that AJ's got to be in.
Rocking cradle submission move here. The rocking horse is applied, and look at this, adding extra impact by driving him down face first into the mat.
Oh, man, AJ Styles, can he be thinking ahead to final resolution?
You can't do that.
No, you can't. You've got to have your A game every minute.
Riley takes him up. Oh, drops him down with the backbreaker across the knee. Here's the cover and another near fall. Got the 2 count on AJ. And again, look at the focus on the lower back of Styles.
Well, you know, and that's how you beat an AJ Styles. You've got to find something, a body part to work on, something that if you can take it out of commission, you could take away so many weapons that AJ Styles has. But that is another key. AJ Styles has so many weapons.
You know, I think you
look at this great move there. Nice little flip by Cassidy Riley.
Yeah,
and it gets the elbow in AJ.
Handspring into that back elbow. I think you really may have hit on something here. That look-ahead factor, Don, that's so prevalent in all sports.
Oh, and that's how you counter that. Get the knees up. As Cassidy Riley was going for the kill right there, he knew he had AJ reeling. He knew if he could hit that, it would be over. AJ Styles always able to think either on his feet or his back or up in the air like nobody I've ever seen.
Styles needs to regroup here and put it together. Oh, man, the echo throughout the impact zone from the knife edge chop, follow-up scoop and slam.
Look at the force in which you use it. Oh, the knee right into the head of Cassidy Riley, and that's the phenomenal AJ Styles that we know.
Perfectly placed knee drop. Styles almost, I was just going to say how confident he looked.
Yes.
When Riley took the shortcut.
Yeah, he did. He just went right for the eyes and raked him. But I'll tell you what, AJ, nice elbow right there. Another elbow is, he feels it, though. You can see it right now. The momentum has turned just a little bit, and AJ just putting the elbows right into the face of Riley.
The individual that you voted as Mr. TNA and the X Division Superstar of the Year, trying to mount a comeback, but he stopped again by Riley. Float over and great agility by AJ. Sets him up across the ropes, went for the roll-up. Riley able to hook that top rope. Now AJ's...
Oh, look how he hits that! Nails it right there! 1, 2, he's got it!
AJ able to turn it around and get the win! He's part of that Ultimate X match this Sunday at Final Resolution. Whatever you do, don't miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the phenomenal AJ Styles. Yes, Petey Williams. And who will it be? Sabin or Daniels? We'll find out later on Impact.
What? I still got you wrapped around my finger. Quote the Raven. Nevermore.
Welcome to the Impact Zone. I'm Jeff Hammond, and this is this week's 6 Points of Impact. Well, we're going to change that up a little bit. 6 points of interest, and if after last week, if you didn't see what happened, you don't understand where we're going. But, hey, these 3 gentlemen right here are going to be vying for the World Heavyweight title come January 16th on pay-per-view. Final resolution. It's going to be exciting. It's probably going to be one of the most electrifying pay-per-views ever to happen in wrestling. DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. I mean, which one should I call you, my friend?
I don't know which one you like.
I like DDP. It sounds kind of classy.
Yeah, you're right.
But 2 years you've been retired. You come out of retirement. You're a former champion. I mean, you've won it 3 times. I mean, a world champion. I mean, why did you come out to go do it again?
You mean, what do I got to prove?
What do you got to prove? That's a good reason right there. Why?
I'll make no mistake about it, Jeff. My coming here to TNA was not all about Raven. A little bit. The main reason I came here was to become the NWA World Champion. Because I'm all about tradition. I've been a fan since I was 8 years old. And when I look at champions, I look at the Funks, Rhodes, Race, Lou Thez. I want Diamond Dallas Page to be on that list, and I feel better than I ever felt, man, and I'm ready.
You may be ready. Monty Brown's ready. Kevin Nash is ready. I mean, Monty, you've been chasing this title for a year now. Jeff Jarrett has called you a double-A ball player. I mean...
Double-A? Not even triple-A?
Did you play catcher?
Yeah, I can catch something, Kevin. I'm a catcher, all right. And I hope you play a position, too, because all you're going to catch is a pounce. Go on, Jeff, before we're so rudely interrupted.
Well, that's what we're trying to say. I mean, we're just trying to have a little bit of loose conversation here, but really, you've been chasing it for a year. You finally got an opportunity here, but you've got two champions standing in your way to get an opportunity to get to that championship belt.
What is this about? It's about competition, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
I don't mind being in the ring with champions. That's what I prefer to be in the ring with, is champions, because I'm a champion. Double-A ball player, how do you call a starting NFL linebacker a double-A ball player, let alone a triple-A ball player, whatever else you funny guys have to say? This isn't about funniness. This thing is real with me. I live this.
You think I don't?
Whatever, Dallas.
But, Monty, as you said, you got DDP and Kevin Nash. I mean, what can we say? You've owned it all. You've owned everything with the exception of an NWA World Championship belt. I mean, you got a tough road. I mean, you look around here. You've got to get through these two guys to even get an opportunity.
No, I mean, he says he's here for tradition. Make it clear, I'm here for the money, and I would like to get my wife's shirt back if I can.
You're sticking. DDP, you better bring more than your cutter to Final Resolution. Double-A ball player, don't even open your mouth. Kevin Nash, you ain't sticking it to me. I'm sticking it to you.
Stretch ball! Come on! Get off me, son! Take a fire, you lose child support.
Don't let him out of there. Keep that. I will beat your ass. I promise you that. Get your act together.
Polish it up! Yeah. It's coming home to a real champion.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Get off me. This thing costs more than you guys make in a month.
If I wanted to play Survivor, I'd have been a useless. What are you idiots doing?
We're looking for the clue.
God, you guys are clueless. Move it. Excuse me. You want it, Trinity? Here you go.
Why didn't you read it?
No, why didn't you look? Read it. Is it fair play? Who wants to stay? At Final Resolution on pay-per-view, January 16th, the game begins. Come ready for anything. 1 will go, 2 will stay.
2 will stay? You know what, Trinity, why don't you just keep that?
Oh, I will.
Go ahead, yeah.
Alliance. That's us.
It's okay, Trinity, I have some dusty business to take care of, so you two can run along.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
do.
What a bunch of idiots.
So many interesting aspects to this Sunday's Final Resolution pay-per-view, including what we just witnessed there involving Tracy, Trinity, and that worm, that liar from Survivor, Johnny Fairplay.
How do you really feel, Mike, today? How do you really feel
Oh,
about
you know
Johnny
how I
Fairplay?
feel about him. The game begins Sunday at Final Resolution.
Say my name.
1 will go,
Prime time,
2 will
baby.
stay. Boy, if I had a vote, you know who would go.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, if any man had a vote, which 2 would stay is pretty obvious, but if anyone has an advantage in a game like that, it's got to be Johnny Fairplay. And here he is, prime time, the man who walked the 6 sides of steel, back in action on Impact.
And we have been informed by the NWA Director of Authority, Dusty Rhodes, that Primetime will be a part of our pay-per-view this Sunday as well. Final Resolution. You don't want to miss that epic event. You talked about that incredible 6 sides of steel match, Don. And you, the TNA wrestling fans, voted on our website, TNAWrestling.com. Primetime, the most memorable moment of the year when he walked the top of that 6 sides of steel. And you also voted for match of the year, AMW and Triple X.
That may be match of TNA history. That was just so exciting to be a part of, and the feeling, and then realize that we've got Final Resolution just around the corner on January 16th, so that we can keep that excitement going. Wait a minute, David Young almost had him a quick win right there, and this is somebody that needs a win in a bad way.
Any idea what the latest stats are on the one-loss record of David Young? I think I know how many wins he's had. I think he's had 1 win in about, what would you say, the last year?
Almost 2 years. And I'll tell you something, it's embarrassing what the number's getting to. And he's so talented. And again, we keep saying it, he's got a wicked finisher and a spine buster that's just one of the most vicious I've ever seen if he can just hit it. But it's somewhere between the ears. There's just something middle that's causing him to keep this streak alive.
Again, we want to remind you, this Sunday, Jeff Jarrett to defend the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship belt against the winner of a triple threat 3-way elimination matchup that very same night. DDP, the alpha male, and Kevin Nash. Whoever wins that 3-way gets a title shot this Sunday. And I would love to see Jeff Jarrett putting the gold up against Kevin Nash.
Oh, would that be a conflict of interest? I'm going to tell you something. We're also going to have Ultimate X. We're going to have Scott Hall versus Hector Garza with Roddy Piper as referee. And you saw Raven just smash Eric Watts with that garbage can, getting a little revenge. It's going to be Raven and Eric Watts. It's going to be Dustin Rhodes against Kid Cash. AMW versus Team Canada for the Tag Team Championship, and much more.
Now, many more matchups to be added as well to this Sunday's incredible Final Resolution pay-per-view event, including one involving Primetime. Back at the clothesline. Now David Young, just used the power, the size and strength advantage that he has here against Primetime, elevated him over the top, and you saw him crash into the cameraman and the safety rail.
I'll tell you what, give that cameraman one of them plaques, because what a job he did. Being able to keep the camera going and staying up, it was unreal, but that's what David Young's got to do. He's got to get the momentum like that. He's got to hit a big move. He's got to throw somebody over the ropes, have him crash down, and he's got to get the pin.
Got to continue this same kind of trend, the same kind of style, the same kind of strategy. Here he goes. The ropes here, the cover. Could this break the streak? No.
I'll tell you what, one thing about Primetime, as you mentioned, we're going to see him in action at Final Resolution, as well as the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy will be in action at Final Resolution. But Primetime is an incredible athlete. He calls himself pound for pound the best athlete in the world, and there it goes!
Primetime hits the POD
for the one,
the say my name. Primetime, baby. Equals 1, 2, 3. Primetime gets the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, it's up next here on Impact. One-on-one. It's going to be Christopher Daniels. Yes, the fallen angel to face Chris Sabin. Daniels and Sabin, it's next in our main event. And the winner of that matchup set to qualify for Ultimate X this Sunday at Final Resolution. We know AJ's in. We know Petey Williams as well. Up next, Daniels and Sabin to find out who the third wrestler will be.
On Sunday night, January 16th at the Final Resolution pay-per-view, the DOA, Dusty Rhodes, has already declared that the current X Division champion, Petey Williams, will defend that title in perhaps the most amazing match in the entire history of professional wrestling. I'm talking about the Ultimate X. Only problem is, pal, you don't even know your opponents.
What justification is there for an Ultimate X match? None!
I'm one of the most dominating and the longest X Division champions of all time. And what better way of proving I'm a class above the rest than defending it in an Ultimate X match?
So as we head into the Final Resolution pay-per-view, Team Canada has amassed a sea of gold and quite a few people gunning for it.
Oh no, oh no, everybody's gunning for us. One of these slack-jawed troglodytes gonna realize that Team Canada is the dominant force in TNA.
AMW, at Final Resolution, your dreams of becoming 6-time NWA World Tag Team Champions will simply become a nightmare.
And speaking of dreams and wishes, my Christmas wish came true. Final Resolution, Ultimate X, I get another chance to prove to the whole world why I'm the greatest X Division champion ever.
Shane Douglas, merriment, and holiday cheer abound. And I hope you and yours had a very joyous Boxing Day. Over the holidays, Team Canada took the opportunity, like any team would, for a little togetherness. We looked back at what an amazing year 2004 was, and we took an opportunity to look forward and set some goals for 2005. And like the laid-back, kind of easygoing people that Canadians are, we kept it simple. 2 New Year's resolutions for Team Canada. 1, to continue to spread our dominance throughout the wrestling world. And 2, to finally come to terms with and realize that Americans can't be anything other than what they truly are. Inferior.
You know, our broadcast colleague, the franchise Shane Douglas, I think he really hit the nail on the head. He called it the most amazing match in professional wrestling today. Yes, he's referring to Ultimate X, and it's a part of the final resolution package this Sunday on pay-per-view. We've already established this. The X Division champion, Petey Williams, he's in. The phenomenal AJ Styles, the cornerstone, the pioneer of the X Division, he's in. And now we will find out who the third individual will be at Ultimate X and Final Resolution. Will it be the fallen angel Christopher Daniels, or will it be this man, Chris Sabin?
Let's face it, Professor, both these men are very worthy of being in Ultimate X and Final Resolution. But only one gets to go, so that puts so much at stake on this match. Christopher Daniels wants that coveted X Division crown, something he's never held, something he knows and feels that he deserves because of his ability. Chris Sabin wants it back. He's been without it for so long. Both these guys have a hunger to get into Ultimate X.
Let's direct your attention to the top of your screen in the Fox box, and you'll notice that this is a special 15-minute time limit matchup as ordered by the NWA Director of Authority, Dusty Rhodes. I think it's a great call due to the importance of this matchup. Dusty adding that extra time. Should we go the full 15-minute time limit? Yes, we have a judge in attendance. NWA Championship Committee member Harley Race. He'll decide who wins this match and who goes on to Ultimate X this Sunday. But I think it was a great move, preemptive move by the Dream, by Dusty Rhodes, to add that extra time.
Well, like you said, there's just so much at stake. I mean, everybody knows that you talked about it. It is such an awesome kind of match. Ultimate X, it's so innovative. It's so dangerous. You will see things that you will never, ever see in a wrestling match again. And you will see the best athletes in the world trying to pull down that belt from the middle of the wires where they form the X. 20 feet above the ring, and it's just unbelievable action. And these two guys deserve the extra time to get there.
Really has to be seen to be believed on. Those steel towers around ringside, supporting the steel cables, and of course, the X Division Championship belt that hangs above the ring and hangs in the balance as we see Sabin connect with a clothesline that sends Daniels down the floor.
And I'll tell you what, Daniels caught his chin right there on the bottom of the ring and snapped him, and here comes Sabin.
Dive over the top. Sabin and Daniels. Wow, both men are down. This is our final commercial break this week. When we return, we'll find out who goes on to Ultimate X. Will it be Christopher Daniels or Chris Sabin? Mike Tenay and Don West back at the Impact Zone. And let's reinforce the importance of this matchup. Christopher Daniels, Chris Sabin. The winner goes on this Sunday at Final Resolution to be a part of Ultimate X. Petey Williams, the X Division champion, he's in. The phenomenal AJ Styles as well. Who will be the third man at Ultimate X? We're going to decide it right here on Impact. Daniels or Sabin?
I'll tell you what, Mike, I also want to remind everybody, don't forget, Kevin Nash and Bobby Brown and Diamond Dallas Page are going to face each other to see who takes on Jeff Jarrett for the World Championship. As you see, Christopher Daniels just using his legs, pulling the neck of Chris Sabin into the ropes. And think about all the other great matches at Final Resolution that is coming up on January 16th. Ultimate X, the NWA Tag Team titles on the line, the X Division title on the line, and of course, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship title will be on the line.
You want watching the strategy here of the Fallen Angel, totally focusing his attack on the neck of Sabin. You saw earlier his own unique variation of a figure 4 head scissors while he had Sabin wrapped in the ring ropes. Follows up by pounding him down to the mat, driving all of the force, all of the impact, if you will, on the neck area. And Sabin going to try and fight back with a series of elbows, but Daniels cuts him off.
I'll tell you something right now. Christopher Daniels is just using his strength. He's found something, and I think he realized that Chris Sabin's so used to taking on guys like Petey Williams and a lot of the more agile, smaller X-Division guys. I don't want to say that Christopher Daniels isn't agile, but Christopher Daniels using his strength as leverage right here, and it's working.
Again, as part of our Final Resolution pay-per-view, NWA Director of Authority, Dusty Rhodes. In my opinion, I think he's trying to divide the kings of wrestling. Divide them and conquer. Will that become a reality Sunday? Will Kevin Nash win the three-way match and then go on to challenge Jeff Jarrett for the NWA World's Heavyweight title? Only one way to find out. Please join us Sunday for this epic 3-hour pay-per-view event. Daniels in control, but Sabin trying to fight back.
Have you seen the way Christopher Daniels has been just twisting Sabin's head around? I mean, that is so dangerous what he can do. Wow! Wait a minute! What a counter! Oh, I thought Sabin had him, and that's the smartness of Christopher Daniels. He used it to his advantage.
Looked like Sabin was going to try for maybe a Hurricane Rana out of that move. Daniels countered, reversed it, powerbombed him down. Again, the back of his head and his neck crashing down to the canvas, but not able to put him away and eliminate him yet.
Oh, they've got everything on the line. They know what it's going to mean to be in that Ultimate X match at Final Resolution on January 16th. Already AJ Styles, already Petey Williams, the defending champion, and only one of these two guys. And again, can you imagine, I got to say this though, you brought it up, what it would be like if Jeff Jarrett has to face off against Kevin Nash. I mean, we saw the tension already mounting between those two last week.
Wouldn't get any sweeter than that. That is a possibility because it will be Kevin Nash, the Alpha Male, and DDP, one of those three to challenge for the gold, to challenge for the NWA title. Sabin come back at 10. Oh, he's cut off by Daniels again.
What a great counter by Daniels as he just put Sabin on his head and he almost had the 3 count.
A variation there of that Death Valley driver by Daniels as he powered Sabin down to the mat, and again just working on the upper body. That neck and shoulder area of Sabin has taken so much punishment.
Well, we saw him, we talked to him here last week as he joined us at the booth, and Christopher Daniels so focused, didn't even want to talk about AMW. Just relax. That was past as far as he was concerned. All he wants to talk about is Final Resolution.
You've called him, Don, for the past couple of years.
Yes.
The best X-Division competitor who's never been X-Division champion. Christopher Daniels first needs to beat Sabin this week on Impact, and then he's got a shot at the belt this Sunday at Final Resolution. Cover, no!
How does Sabin kick out of that? I mean, Daniels has just been owning him here. He's just had a game plan. He's kept focused on it. And Chris Sabin able to fight out of that. And I'll tell you something, that shows you the heart that Chris Sabin has.
The resiliency of Sabin. But you see Daniels and now Sabin, both of them with forearms.
They're just trading for, there's Sabin, there's a little fire. He knows he's got to get some momentum, Mike.
Oh, rapid fire shots by Sabin.
Look at that headbutt. Wow.
Daniels.
It's all on the line. Man, can you imagine what Final Resolution's going to be like? Can you imagine what Ultimate X is going to be like?
Almost as if this is just the first step down a Final Resolution. Wow! Secondary kick out of nowhere!
That's what he needed, is he just puts, look at there!
Hail
the crowd, yes, paying homage to Chris Sabin, who in his 2 reigns held the X-Division title longer than anybody, and he wants it back for a 3rd time.
Desperation move by Sabin. Yeah, connected. But you can see that he's still feeling the effects of all that pain and punishment that was dished out earlier to his neck by Christopher Daniels. Now both men up.
Oh! Sabin just levels him once, levels him twice. You can see he's getting fired up, but he's got so much strength, and now he counters Daniels, and Daniels is able to kick out.
Sit out powerbomb by Sabin. And I thought he was going to get the 3 count there for sure, but no, another near fall.
It's a good thing we gave him the 15-minute time limit because these guys are taking it to the limit.
Great call by the NWA Director of Authority, Dusty Dusty Rhodes anticipating we might need the extra time. Oh! It's a world backbreaker!
Oh, I'm telling you, these guys are so good, it's a shame that only one of them can go to Final Resolution. And here we go! No! Saban was able to kick out.
Now Daniels gonna take Saban, position him in the middle of the ring. Is he gonna go for a BME here? Best moonsault ever?
He's calling for it. Here he goes. Oh, but he lands on his feet. Saban able to get out of the way. That's what an X Division athlete can do. Wow, look at that move by Saban.
Tornado DDT.
1, 2, no!
Oh man, he spiked him. He dropped him on his head, but no, he couldn't get the 3 count.
I mean, just think about just little clips of what we've got to see between these guys. Think of what you're going to see January 16th. Not to mention the NWA World Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. The tag team belts will be on the line. So many other great matches. It's all coming up January 16th.
Cradle shot. He's got him up to his feet. Reversal. Went for the last rights, but that was blocked. Boot to the midsection. Gonna go for the win.
Here comes the Angel's Wing. Wait, he counters it. Rolls him up. 2. He's got it.
Saban won it. Saban beat him. Saban got the 3 count. That makes it official. Chris Saban is now the third man this Sunday at Ultimate X.
Can you believe it? Chris Saban gets a chance to go back to a match that he knows so well. Ultimate X. It will be Saban. It will be Styles. It will be Petey Williams. And that's not all you're going to see. You're going to see Monty Brown, DDP, and Kevin Nash go at it to see who takes on the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Jarrett.
Could you imagine Kevin Nash versus Jeff Jarrett for the NWA title? It's a possibility. You don't want to miss it. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you this Sunday at Final Resolution.
I'm one of the most dominating and the longest X Division champions of all time. And what better way of proving I'm a class above the rest than defending it in an Ultimate X match?
These 3 amazing athletes will compete in the ultimate contest of fearless aerial combat, a high-wire free-for-all known as the Ultimate X.
The kings of wrestling are not going to fall to the little game plan that the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, has cooked up. At Final Resolution, there will be no divide and conquer.
The road to the World Heavyweight Championship will unfold before our eyes. A trial of courage. A journey of sacrifice, a final resolution.
Breaking news out of the offices of TNA. As we know, Mr. Hector Garza is no longer in the match with Scott Hall. I had to look around and find somebody that hated him just as bad. Somebody was ready to fight him. Jeff Hardy stepped up. Name on the contract that I'm signing right now against Scott Hall. Final resolution, January the 16th, 101 Roddy Piper, special referee. You better buy this pay-per-view, I'm telling you. Put it right on myself over this.
This has been a presentation of TNA Wrestling.